Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. What do we talk about today? Yesterday, one thought came when we were doing Adhyatma Ramayana, and that was with reference to the truth. What came was as an individual, there is one truth. Individuality is that which takes the world to be real, which includes the body, breath, mind, intellect. And the absolute truth is independent of this world of names and forms. And this individual gets confused. He understands that everything is that absolute truth, and therefore he wants to validate his interactions in the world, his desires for the world, his memories as truth also. Because if absolute truth is everything, then why my desires? I have to remove my desires. Truth is pervading them also. Truth is pervading my children also. Truth is pervading my wife and husband also. Truth is pervading all my possessions also. And this is where the individual, he starts losing the plot. In its essence, that the whole world of names and forms and thoughts and desires and memories and expectations, everything is a thought only, is nothing but the truth. There's no two ways about it. That's how it is. That is how it is. Everything is pervaded by the truth. The material that has gone into everything is the truth, no doubt about it. But to expect, so the world is in essence the truth, but we are attached to the names and forms. We are attached to coming and going. We are attached to the phenomenon. Is phenomenon not pervaded by the truth? Yes, phenomena cannot happen without the substratum. The phenomena cannot take place without the truth. Then does it not go without saying that the phenomena is truth, if it cannot happen without the truth, if the substratum of the phenomena is the truth? No. As long as our attention is on the phenomenon, it is called Vyavaharik Satta. Vyavahar. Vyavahar means uh, your way of interaction with the world, your etiquettes, your characteristics, your behaviors, your habits. That is Vyavaharik Satta. And when we are interacting with each other, when we are interacting with this phone, I keep it gently on the ground. I don't throw it. It will break. When I take a book, I treat it with respect and reverence because it's a scripture. I just don't go around kicking it, sitting on it, throwing it wherever. There is an etiquette, there is a way to interact. Similarly, when I'm moving around with the people, there is a way to interact with the people, behave with the people, talk to the people, touch the people. There's a way to eat, there's a way to walk, there's a way to dress, there's a way to uh, interact, everything requires in the world, everything requires a little bit of training. Or it comes from your samskaras, it comes uh, from your program. But how you put across that program, which is expressing, that is Vyavaharik Satta. How do we convert this world into, or I should not say how should we convert, how do we see this world as none other than the absolute truth? With the present eyes, you cannot see it. With the present mind and intellect, you cannot see it. To see the substratum, to see the essence of the whole world to be nothing but that absolute truth, which includes this body, breath, mind, intellect, something must shift within us. The third eye must open. Our mind must expand. Our mind must get our inner equipments must get integrated. Then maybe, if we have done it correctly, if we are surrendering to the infinite, we are contemplating on the infinite without judgment, without biasness, ready to plunge ourselves, meaning plunge into the source and not be afraid of losing the world. Both is required. To plunge into the divine by way of contemplation and not be afraid of losing the world that has become so familiar to us. It makes us feel comfortable. It's my house, it's my body, it's my clothes, it's my all this, my friends, etc., etc. See? And yesterday the example came that once you have taken a dip in the Ganga river, you will come out clean. You will come out wet. Once you have taken a dip in the river, you cannot come out dry. Exactly the same way. When we have taken the drip, meaning we have been sucked into the divinity, meaning our mind has been sucked into the divinity, has taken a dip in the divinity. When it comes out, it cannot remain the same mind. It has transformed. It is purer. It is cleaner. It is dripping with divinity. When we come out of the river, we are dripping with water. And that's exactly what happens when we go to sleep. Our mind takes a dip into nothingness. Well, actually, not nothingness. There, in deep sleep, you are going back to your source, temporarily, maybe. But when you come out, you are all refreshed in the morning. You're, you want to live, you want to interact, there is wakefulness. You feel refreshed. The lethargy and the inertia is no longer disturbing you. If that is the case, just with surrendering to sleep and coming very close to our essential nature, how much more it will be when you go to sleep with wakefulness. When you go to sleep means allowing the mind to take the dip in the reality. And you have not gone to sleep. See how refreshed you will be, how rejuvenated you will be, not only at the body level, but at the mental and intellectual level also. Because once we have taken a dip in the divinity, thereafter, through the individual mind, the infinite starts expressing. That infinite has got no boundaries. That infinite has got no past or future. That infinite has got no individuality. So the mind which has taken a dip into the divinity, for other people it is the same mind, it is the same person, it is the same character, it is the same Swami, it is the same Mahatma. But you ask the Mahatma, he doesn't say, I am only this body. The one who has properly taken the dip in the divinity, he doesn't say, I am only this body. He has come to, mind is required to communicate. Communication will be through the body only. But the person behind, for whom the mind was, for whom the Vyavaharik Satta was, Vyavahar, the interaction with the world was real, relationship with the world was real, that fellow, he has taken a dip in the divinity. And once he has taken a dip in the divinity, he realizes that he is by nature divine. And divinity means no boundaries, no conditionings, no limitations. Then his vision gets transformed. He sees himself in everything and everyone. He sees himself, he sees the divinity, not himself as an individual. He sees the consciousness, he sees the Paramarthik Satta pervading in and through the entire. See? As an absolute truth, you can never have a conversation. We cannot have a conversation. We cannot think, we cannot speak, we cannot understand, we cannot intellectualize as absolute truth. But our essence is absolute truth. Even that absolute truth needs conditionings, needs its potentiality, which expresses as the conditionings to express. If absolute truth is everywhere, why does it need to express? It happens. What can you do? If you want to take that Parabrahma Paramatma, he has to take the help of his potentiality to incarnate on the in the creation. If it doesn't happen, does it matter? It doesn't matter to him at all, because he is always the absolute. He is always the absolute. From absolute point, nothing matters. But the moment we come down to Ishvara, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, you, me, world, actually it is one divine which is expressing through all. It is one water which is expressing through all waves and oceans. Who is saying this? The infinite is not saying it. We are saying it. From infinite point of view, there is only infinity. But if that infinite wanted to experience its glory, remember the word here, wanted to or wants to. What has happened? Desire. Can infinite have a desire? He is everything. You only said before. So therefore, the scriptures say, as if he desired to experience himself, to experience or expand his joy and happiness. But it is everything. So what does it do to expand and expand the joy? Even though being one, he appears as many and plays with himself. When he's enjoying, when he's in bliss, in spite of appearance as Ishvara and Prakriti, or Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh along with their consorts, that is the ultimate vision. They know that it is just all phenomenal. But when that same Paramatma, as if appears to be under the influence of the Prakriti, of the matter being body, breath, mind, intellect, he feels trapped. By nature, you, me, every one of us is infinite and behaving as if we are finite. Somewhere something is wrong. Correcting this wrong approach about yourself is spirituality. See? So contemplate on this. When we are contemplating on divinity, our approach should be such that our contemplation goes from gross to subtle to transcendental. Even if one thought of the world remains in the mind, the world remains valid. Just as in deep sleep, no thought of waking or dream remains. If we can recreate that condition and remain watchful of it, there you are.